Pew 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 pew. Nailed it. Hello and welcome back to Captain Crash Gaming. This is Captain Crash 117 bringing you the next part of my Pokemon Violet playthrough. Now we're going to be going through where we started off last time, all the way up to the school. Nothing too crazy. So far, I checked that city out off screen, the little town down there. There's nothing of interest. You can't go inside any of the buildings. There's no one to fight or any of that, but there are in the entire area from here up until the next video part that we're going to be doing. There's a bunch of potions, revives, paralyze heals all over the place. So feel free to go search for all of those just in this area. I didn't find any, like no stones, no equipables, anything crazy like that. Just so you know, there are two trainers along the way here. This little boy with the Choodle and the previous guy that we fought. There are also a bunch of other trainers all along the path. This path actually loops all the way back if you follow it back to the town, and there's two other guys on the other side. And if you go out of your way into the grass, there are also trainers over there. Just remember to let your Pokemon out so we can do some free fighting for you and get some of that experience points just for free. And then I'm going to go heal up, and then we'll move on to the next part here. And once you're all healed up at the Pokemon Center, what we're going to do is go over towards the door. Oh, actually, we're going to talk to this guy. So this guy says if you beat 4 trainers in this area, he'll give you a prize, which in this case is Thunder Wave. And then he says that the other areas have it too. So that's something I'll look forward to. But we're going to go towards the store, and a movie will start up. And basically all it is the girl Nimona from before, basically your rival for this version of the game, will come and challenge you to a fight. And just like before, she starts off with the little cat guy. The little cat guy is super easy if you're like, she always picks the opposite of what you picked. So I'm playing fire, she picked the leafy guys, so I'm just gonna use Ember and kill him. But one interesting thing about this battle is it introduces this version's, I don't know, like super version of a Pokemon, like the evolution beyond evolving, the whatever you want to call it, the giant size, Gigantamax, all of that. And she's going to show you right here on this little guy right here. He's going to show you how to Terramax. Nope. She'll let us know what it's called. Can't remember what it's called. But you crystallize all of your, you crystallize him. Like he's all like, terastallizing. That's what it's called. Terastallizing. Wow, that's a hard word to say. Terastallizing. Which is just turning them into like little decorations, which is kind of cool. It's supposedly what it does is if you use a move that's the same type as the Pokemon that you're using, so in my case fire, if I use a fire move, it's supposed to make it even more powerful, as well as making you just look a little bit cooler. So there you have it. I beat her, she gives you some money, and then she's gonna go ahead and rant about how amazing you are and how cool terastallizing is, and then tells you here's some 3 revives, and that she's gonna help you out with finding out how to make your Pokemon able to be terastallized, which is going to be pretty cool here in the future. It actually happens in like the next few minutes. Okay, and so now we're in the big city, and this is the city where the school is at. There is a lot of things for you to go look at, and she's about to tell you, oh man, you can go get your hair done, girl, you can go get new clothes, you can get potions. There's a little store where you can buy like equipables for your Pokemon. You can obviously get Pokeballs, all sorts of stuff. One thing that's different for this game than other ones is you can't actually walk into the stores. Like you can go through the door, but all that happens is it brings up a menu for you to buy things. So you don't actually like walk around and talk to someone. And that's for all of the stores. Some of them you can just talk to the dude at the entrance and buy, but if you walk into anywhere, it just brings up a menu. You can't actually walk around inside any of the buildings here. So I'm gonna go look around. I cut that part out because it's not really that cool. It's just looking at all the food and random items that you can buy, and I have not that much money, so I can't really buy too much. So she wants us to go meet her at the top of these stairs. So now we're heading to the top of these stairs, and we're going to meet this version's Team Magma, Team Rocket, whatever you want to call it. This one's called Team Star, and they're kind of harassing this kid here with blue and red hair, kind of being rude in general. But just like in previous versions, you come in to step in, and they rant, and then you'll have to fight them. If you used your Pokemon outside of the Pokeball, gained a few levels, or just used the same Pokemon or grinded, it's a pretty easy fight that's going on right here. They have one entire whole Pokemon, and it is a Strudel, which I believe is a new Pokemon for this version of the game. Kind of interested to see what he'll evolve into in the future. But he's level 8. I think I'm like past level 10 at this point, so pretty easy fight. Oh my god. And then what happens next is the girl from before, Lamona, is that her name? She's going to come yell at you. Yeah, Nemona. But what she's also going to do here in a second is she's going to give you a special stone that allows you to terastallize your own Pokemon, and then she's going to make you use it against the other Team Star guy that you just fought. So there it is. There's the Terra Orb, and that just goes in your backpack, and it allows you to make your Pokemons crystallized. And what's crazy about this one too is, unlike in previous ones where you could kind of every battle Gigantamax or go Super or whatever, in this one you can only use it once, and then you have to heal at the Pokemon Center in order for that Pokemon to do it again. So you can only use it once in between battles, which is kind of weird, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that and kick this guy to the curb. It is a pretty cool animation too. They've all got kind of their animations. So you just go over, you can press R, or you can just select it like I did, and then you go through the animation of crystallizing your dude. He's got a chandelier on his head. He's ready to crock some stuff up. Crocadill will use Incinerate. And yeah, since I used a fire move, it was extra powerful. So I'm level 15, he's level 8. Kind of easy. And what's going to happen next is she's going to tell you how awesome you are. She says, "Oh, Destiny, oh my god, you're so great. Oh my god, here's how you do all this stuff. I got that orb for you. How great am I?" And then she asks you some questions about Team Star and how they've been terrorizing the town. This girl says, "Thank you for your help," and then run upstairs. And then what we're going to do is we're going to run up the stairs to the, actually go inside the school, which has been like our whole objective since the lighthouse. There we go, up, 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 up. To the right, there is a... I can't remember what item. There's an item over to the right. I explored a little bit. But anyways, we're going inside. There was only the one item on the outside. Nothing crazy. No TMs, no special objects, nothing. And then, yeah, here we are at the school. And the school is a little weird. There's like classes that you can take, which we'll go over that here in a little bit. But what's happening right now is this guy comes in, tells you how awesome you are and how awesome Nemona is, and then talks about the stupid Star kids and how they've been terrorizing a little bit more. And then he kind of tells you to not do that. He's like, "Hey, why don't you show some restraint?" Which just seems a little bit weird to me. We're here to win Pokemon battles, dude. Come on. Rude. Okay, and then we're gonna go to one of the classes. It's just like an introductory class. You probably had something similar to this when you went to school as a new kid, and they were like, "Oh my god, welcome the new kid. Tell us about yourself. Does anybody want to ask?" And you don't ever want to say anything. You just kind of want to go about your day. Pretty much that just gets relived right here, but in Pokemon form. So here you are getting introduced, and yeah. And then afterwards, you get to freely explore school. There's like 4 places that you can go. Really can't really overly explore it, but you know, whatever. So yeah, once this is done, all you have to do is leave the room. Believe it or not, it tells you you need to talk to people and like learn more, but you can literally just leave. No one really has anything to say other than like, "Hi, you're awesome. Hello, hello." So we just run through this real quick, and there we go. So when you leave, they're going to explain to you can go to these locations. So the first one we're going to go to is the cafeteria. And in the cafeteria, you're going to meet the dude from before who gave you the legendary Pokemon guy. And what he's going to do here is tell you about how he's trying to find a bunch of magic roots that can do anything from making you live longer to powering up your Pokemon, but then tells you about how there are Titans protecting each one of them. And my thought is this is probably going to be the... what are their names? the Reggies, like Reggie Ice, Reggie Steel. They're known as the Titan Pokemon, I believe. So I think that we're just going to have some Titan Pokemon blocking the way so that we can get to these magic roots, and then at some point we're going to give them all to this guy. And when we get to that point, we'll get to that point. No idea which ones they are yet, but we will find out. Just stay tuned. Also, if you've made it this far, I do ask that you hit that like button, subscribe if you really like Pokemon or enjoying, Pokemon Violet since it just came out. Leave a comment down below on some silly names for Pokemon if you want me to name one that I catch later on in the future. And let me know which version of the game you picked up. Was it Violet or was it Scarlet? Who knows? But anyways, here we go. You can talk to this guy. He sells food. You can get some sandwiches. And then other than that, when you were about to leave, the phone rings and a mysterious dude calls and tells you he hacked your phone, and it basically just tells you that her name is Cassiopeia, and that you fought Team Star, and they suck. That's all that really is there. Yeah. And then the head of the school hears you. He's eavesdropping like a rude McRuderton. Also, I do have this video sped up so that it's not a 35-minute long video. It's a little bit shorter. I doubled the speed, even faster in some places, just to speed up the gameplay a little bit. The game runs a little bit slow overall as far as tech speed, movement speed, that kind of thing. But anyways, he eavesdrops on you, and here's the Team Star thing. And then so what I do right now is I go and take all of the classes that are available. You don't really need to. You don't get anything out of it. All that happens is you go talk to this girl. She asks you if you want to take a class. You say which one you want to take. It teleports you to a classroom. And then they just talk about pretty basic stuff. Like this one is like type matchup maybe. Like it's literally be like, what's the opposite of water? And then you answer, and that's about it. It's pretty quick. You don't get anything out of them. I did all of them, but again, you don't get anything out of it. Maybe in the future when there's more classes, who knows? So now I'm going over to the something lodge, like the teacher lodge or whatever. And you meet whoever this girl is, and then this girl over here is about to give you like a 35-minute long speech about how awesome it will be to become the champion, just like you do in all of the other games, and how you need to go to all of the gyms in 8 of the different places. That's all it is. And she's trying to like talk you up, being like, oh my god, it's so much fun, this is what Pokemon battling is all about. And then she's gonna give you little drop spots on your map that will let you just know where each ones of the badges are. There it is, yeah, the gym locations. She transfers them into your phone, and there they are, all over the map. And I'm sure here in a little bit we'll be able to go towards the first one. Go get our first gym badge. After you talk to her, something goes off calling you to the director's office. So you can explore this room a little bit. No one really has anything out there to say. You can talk to her, but she just kind of repeats one of the classes that you took earlier. So don't really need to talk to her. Nothing happens. Just this kid interrupts you, and then she tells you how popular she is, and then you're good to go. It does tell you that you get like more favor with her. I'm not sure if there's some sort of like likeness dynamic going on with people in the game, but I guess we'll find out. But here we go. We get to go to the director's office. And in the director's office, he's going to have you do a Zoom call, because that's all of the jam nowadays is getting on Zoom. And you're going to talk to another professor from somewhere else on the map, presumably. And he is going to tell you that he was the previous owner of your legendary Pokemon that we caught earlier. And basically, in shorter words, asks you to take care of it and tells you that it's weak and can't fight yet, but in the future, it will be able to fight. So yeah, you just sit through Professor Turo, and he's in a site known as Area 0, which is like a crater somewhere. I'm assuming we have to visit it later, as there are references to it when you're talking to other people. They're like, did you hear about the legendary Pokemon at Area 0? So I'm assuming we're going to be able to go visit there at some point. Yeah, so here he is. It's Miraidon. Miraidon, that's how I'm going to say it. Miraidon is the legendary Pokemon. And he pops out. He's just like, oh, hello, I'm Miraidon. I am a scary lizard robot jet guy. But yeah, here's where he tells you that he is the original owner of Miraidon. Miraidon? Yeah. Let me know down in the comments if you know how to say that one. I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, as we continue on, he leaves. You have one more little talk with the Clavel here. And then what's going to happen is you're going to try to leave. And when you try to leave, the annoying rival girl is going to show up again to talk to you some more. The intros to these Pokemon games sure like their exposition. Alright, here we go. Yeah, you get to go leave, and what she's going to do is she's going to take you to your room, which I guess you get your very own room, which is pretty cool. It's way better than any college I've ever heard of, where usually you have to stay like in a dorm room, you got roommates. You got your own room in here, so you go there. She just tells you how great you are, how awesome you are, and then when you go to sleep, you'll get this little animation about how many days have passed and that there's only 3 days left of school. And this is where we're going to stop, and we'll pick up next on the next video. So if you like this video, again, please just hit that like button. Subscribe if you like the new Pokemon games and want to see more Pokemon in the future. Leave a comment down below, whatever you want, what you like, didn't like, what you want to see in the future, what you like, which version of Pokemon you picked up, Violet or Scarlet. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.